Hello and welcome to the Halo Forge epidemic. This is Oakley HiDef and I'm here to bring you another Forge tutorial. This one is going to be covering how to create battleships. Now, we've covered a variety of different things. This is part one in a sort of another mini series where I'm going to show you guys how to build various vehicles. So we're going to do land, air, and sea. This one is going to be covering sea vehicles starting with the battleship. So these battleships, you can build them anywhere in Forge World, basically in the water, and they look great. So what you want to do in the first step is throw down a bunch of these circular ramps, the small ones, which are found in the platform section like this, just to make your base. Then you put some at an angle at the ends to sort of round it off. And then what you want to do is you're going to throw on some blocks or inclines to block that off like that. So you can either do an incline or you can put some blocks just to finish the end off. Then you're going to go in the platform section and add the landing pad upside down on either end. It fits perfectly with the angle right here, so that's nice. And then use brace larges to form the floor. So there you go. Now that's the basis of your ship, and this is where you can really get into the nitty-gritty detail and add what you want. I recommend adding platform extra larges here in the middle, and that's going to be the base of your control tower. So add one here, and then a second one on the left, horizontally facing sideways like that. So there you go, the beginning of our control tower, and then we're going to start building up. What I recommend using is in the platform section, these sniper towers. These are rarely used, and I've started using them a lot. They are great. Here's part of one. You just stick it in here, and then you add more here and here, and over there. Then you fill in with blocks, 2x1s like that. So that makes a nice tower feel. Add antennas, blocks here to cover your deck. And then you should go ahead and add some weaponry on the sides. So there you go. This is your basic destroyer or battleship. And there you go, it's easy. Use the base first, round off the edges, platform here, there, main deck, and then that's where you can get creative and add what you want. What I recommend doing is having on each of your battleships some sort of variation of this thing in the center. Again, using platform extra larges, and here this time, crucially, we're going to use these sniper nests. So keep in mind when you're building these battleships, they will be pretty intensive in terms of platform use, just because we have one here, and then all the sniper nests count as platform pieces. So you can make a pretty good amount of battleships, but just keep in mind you're going to need to use a lot of platforms to build these. Then the anti-aircraft guns, or whatever types of guns these are easy to make. Just you put down this barricade large, put it on phase so it floats, then you add a block 1x1 right here, slide it in just so it's in the middle and it's sticking out a bit. Then you put one on the bottom, slightly off to the side, so you get this the part sticking out like that. And then you just add two antennas in the front, make a couple of those, and there you go. You got your first battleship. Now, that's only one, and here's another variant you can make. This one is obviously a little bigger. You have 3 guns on it, and this time I've decided to make a different version. Control towers, pretty similar, a little bit different with this thing in the front. The main difference, however, comes in the real basis of the ship. The other one you saw I used inclines. This time I used wall coliseums. Now, there are pros and cons. That one over there looks nicer, it's smooth. However, it is pretty intensive on the use of inclines. So if you're going to build all your ships like this, that's going to kind of limit how many you can make. But if you're only building 1 or 2, go ahead and use the inclines. They look better. If you're going to mass produce these on your map, use the wall coliseums at a 15-degree incline, stick them down to the ground just like this at that height, and then you're good. That's the basis. Again, you're going to have to use the rounded ramp pieces for the ends though. And then you just set down the base, throw on the control tower, whatever decorations you want, and then these anti-aircraft guns. So there you go. And this one uses, I think, 2 or 3 wall coliseums, so go ahead and sort of scale your different ones to whatever size. Make a smaller one with 2 wall coliseums on each side, then one with 3, 4, 5, however big you want to make them. Another thing you can do is throw on these aesthetic guns that I showed you guys how to make previously. Now this is the real anti-aircraft gun, and that looks much nicer and much more imposing than the smaller ones. So you can really beef up your defenses with whatever you want. Now, instead of just making these aesthetic pieces, you can also add in anti-aircraft guns that actually work in game. So here I have a Warthog. It's sort of built into this platform which holds the Warthog in. I'll show you this. You can't drive, actually you can, but go ahead and fix that by adding some platforms or capture plates that'll hold it in place. So this needs a little more tweaking just to hold it in place, but you get the idea. So once you get this held firmly, you can actually have your players get in the back and start shooting at stuff. So this is great. These battleships are great not only because they look fine as aesthetic pieces, but they can actually be an integral part of your map. If you have air vehicles flying around, go ahead and add some of those so you can shoot them down. Now you may think this is really cool, I love the demo, that's great, but I wish you had made them bigger. Well, this channel is dedicated to bringing what the community wants, and I knew you guys would want to see how you can push these to the limit. And so the Halo Forge Epidemic is always one step ahead of you guys, and we're going to bring you what you want. So here, we've made a huge battleship. Now this is much bigger than the other ones you've seen here. So they look big at first, but compared to this one is massive. So what you want to do is throw down some wall coliseums. You do not want to be using inclines for this one. So again, base with wall coliseums. Add a platform, not with the brace larges, that's too expensive. So use wall coliseums going across. Platform extra large. Platform Y large here for the end. Then this ship it can have multiple purposes. Here you see I've built up the control towers. There's like 3 of them. It's much bigger than over there. Then you can add aesthetic guns. Here you can add whatever you want. Feel free to pick guns from the gun show. So this one's like a medium-sized one. Here you have small ones over there. Then anti-aircraft gun, you can put that one here or something bigger or whatever you want. Now, this big battleship actually doubles as an aircraft carrier, so this is integrating it even more into your game. You can have one team spawn here, get in air vehicles, etc. And then you can have ships next to it which defend it with rocket hogs. Now, another thing that will make this even more formidable is the use of tanks. Now, a lot of people use these. Here I've used them as well, and this makes it great if you're going to have this be your sort of your mothership for a whole series of small ships in any sort of game. So you can have the extra larges actually built into the ground. Then what you do is throw down your tanks, and there you go. You have defenses for your big ship, and you can shoot down falcons, you can shoot at other ships, etc. So this makes for a great map. Now what you want to do when you build these, you don't want them to roam around, so add low walls. And then another thing, people could just drive off. So what you want to do to control that is actually go into scenery and get stools. Stools pretty much blend in, put them on phase, and stick them in right here between the 2 treads, and that basically holds the tank down. You can also get in the turret like that, but these will hold the tank down if you try and drive. So I'll show you. Here I'm pressing forward, the tank is not moving, so that's great. It's only used for a turret here. So there you go. You can have your mothership, as I said, with a bunch of those. And you can actually turn this, use this Forge tutorial for inspiration. That's what I want you guys to do. Use it for inspiration to make various maps. Now, I'll throw out a couple ideas. Maybe you can make an invasion where elites come in banshees from somewhere. They come and dive bomb ships like this where people have rocket hogs to shoot them down. That's maybe one phase. You have to capture territories in the air, then you have to blow up these various places, and then maybe the third phase is you have to detonate this ship. So what you can do is have this ship sort of in the back, these in the front defending it, and you could have a really nice battle going on with lots of tanks, rocket hogs, and air vehicles. So that's great. Another thing you could do is make a big team battle map out of these, where there's 2 teams and each team has their mothership, and then each team has maybe 1 or 2 of these supporting ships with rocket hogs and machine guns, etc. So that would be really cool, because what you could do is have falcons here and here. Each team spawns on this base, and maybe you have teleporters linking to the other ones. So what you do, you take from your main base, you get in the tanks to defend it, and then you get in the falcons to go and attack the other team. So it could be just straight up Slayer, or maybe each mothership has a flag on it that you have to go attack, or it's assault or something like that. So there's a huge variety of stuff you can do with these. So that's about it for this episode. I hope this inspires you guys to build your own maps. And these are relatively easy to make. Again, they're intensive on platforms, but those are usually not used that much. So go ahead, add these to your map. Even just as background, they make great, but as I've said, they can make pretty awesome bases for your map. So thanks again for watching. This has been a Forge tips and strips tutorial coming from the Halo Forge Epidemic, and please guys, go ahead and subscribe, add your comments and whatnot. We thrive on your subscriptions. The more you make us grow, the more the more incentive we have to make awesome maps like this and bring you guys more and more ideas. So the more subscriptions we get, the better and better map and Forge tutorials you guys will get. So I hope you guys will take that into mind. Go ahead, subscribe, and comment, see what you want. This is Oakley HiDef signing out. Thanks guys.